Hello everyone, welcome to day 5 in our 21-day Materia Medica series. Today we'll be discussing heel pain. What are the different kind of heel pains and what are the factors that can lead to a heel pain? We will also discuss the appropriate homeopathic remedies for each cause. So to simplify the heel pain causes, we have turned it into 3 categories: neurological, muscular and bony causes, because these are the only things that are present in your foot. So these are the cause of your heel pain. So very first category, neurological category. How will you get to know that your patient is having pain due to this category? So he will complain to you about his numbness and tingling sensation and burning sensation. If the patient is complaining any 3 of these, then you have to think about these 4 causes that might be the problem here. So very first cause is tarsal tunnel syndrome. As you might know, in tarsal tunnel syndrome, the tibial nerve passes through the flexor retinaculum, and if gets some kind of hindrance there, then it may present as a heel pain. So the tibial nerve is passing here like this under the flexor retinaculum. So if it gets any kind of problem here, then the pain will be present here only, or it may just this part. This is the medial side of the thigh around the ankle joint. So if the patient is complaining you about the pain here, then you have to think of tarsal tunnel syndrome. Next is Baxter nerve compression. Now just like tarsal syndrome, we also have a Baxter nerve. Baxter nerve is a part of lateral tibial nerve. So we come to the lateral part. From here the lateral tibial nerve is passing, and here we have a branch called Baxter's nerve which rounds itself and come here under the plantar part of the foot. So here, if it gets any problem here, you will experience the pain in the under part of the foot on the lateral side of the foot. So if your patient is presenting pain, suppose this is your foot. If your patient is suggesting pain here, then you have a Baxter nerve compression. Next, we have lumbar spine causes. Now, like disc problems or back pain may also present as foot pain or heel pain. Then you have to differentiate. If your patient is complaining of pain in the back also, then you must tick out the spinal causes and sciatic nerve causes. Next is hip joint. So your sciatic nerve is passing through your hip joint, and there we have a muscle called piriformis muscle. If this muscle compresses on your sciatic nerve, then you may present as a pain in your heel. So this is known as piriformis syndrome, and you must differentiate it with sciatic nerve problems. Now we move on to the bony causes. So the first cause is heel spur. Now as you might know, your heel will develop a bony growth, a spiky growth over long-term use or long-term physical exertion of the foot, which may cause pain. Now this pain is usually on the medial side of the foot, and it is usually pinpointed. It is usually at a pinned place in a small space, and the pain is very sharp, stabbing and a nagging kind of a pain. You can diagnose it by getting a X-rays. Now the next is arthritis. You may have subtalar arthritis. So subtalus bone is the bone below the ankle joint. So here you could have some inflammation or wear or tear in the bone and muscle area here. So what happens is you may experience pain, swelling of the joint, and it may present with other joint problems also. So you must correlate it with hip joint pain or knee joint pain or some other joint pain also. Then you can diagnose arthritis in the foot. Next we have Sevier's disease. So it usually happens in children only, because the growth plate here causes the pain when the height of the child is growing. We will study muscular causes. The muscular pain is a very aching kind of a pain and a dull pain. So the very first cause is very common, plantar fasciitis. So we have a fascia under a plantar surface. So it is somewhat like this. It connects your heel bone to your toes. Now if you stand for long hours or you have a lot of physical exertion on your foot, then you may have inflammation in this fascia, and you may experience pain in the plantar surface of your foot. So this pain will be more diffuse and it may also radiate to your medial arch, and this all pain will be painful. This all area will be painful. And the characteristic of this pain is it has a morning aggravation or rest aggravation. If you rest for some time and then try to walk, then usually this pain is aggravated, because with movement the fascia get heated up and the pain is ameliorated. Next is bursitis. So we have a bursa to protect our bones and from the wear and tear. If due to some injury or some exertion this bursa gets swollen, then we have pain near the back side of our heel. So if your patient presents pain here, then we have a bursitis. Next is fat. Next we will study Achilles tendon. So if the pain is not here but in the upper side, here we have a tendon known as Achilles tendon. So then we have a Achilles tendonitis. Next is fat pad atrophy. We also have fat from the underside of the foot in the weight bearing regions. So again, due to some kind of exertion, if this fat get atrophied or reduced, then you may experience pressure directly on your bones, which causes lot of tenderness and painful sensation, and the patient cannot walk barefooted. The patient will complain of sensitiveness on the foot and will say that I cannot put my foot on the floor. So that is one of the cause, fat pad atrophy. Next we have tibialis posterior dysfunction. So as the name suggests, we have a tibialis posterior muscle. If that muscle goes through a lot of exertion or opposite, this muscle is very weak, then you may experience pain in the medial side of your arch. So suppose this tibialis muscle is coming here, and if this is weak, then you will experience pain in the medial side of your arch. So if the patient suggests you pain here, then it is tibialis posterior dysfunction. Now I will summarize the location of the pain for you, so it is easier for you to diagnose it. So if you have pain here, then it is bursitis. If you have pain here, then it is tendonitis. If you have pain here, then it is Baxter nerve compression. If you have pain here or here, then it is fat pad atrophy. If you are having pain here and also here, then it is plantar fasciitis. If you have pain here in the ankle region, it may be tarsal tunnel syndrome. Arch here, it may be tibialis posterior dysfunction. And if you have pain here, then it is due to spur. Now we will discuss the associated homeopathic remedies. So I have write all down. So very first cause, neurological cause. We have Ledempal. As you know, the patient will experience swelling in the foot, burning sensation, and the pain will be relieved by immersing in cold water. If it is better by hot, then we have arsenic here. For burning, sulfur and pulsatilla are also helpful. Next, Kali card, burning, tingling sensation and a chronic kind of a pain. It will also help you in the lumbar region causes and also sciatic causes. If you are talking about sciatic causes, then we have many other remedies which we will discuss in another video. Next, we have Silesia. Silesia is helpful in healings that are due to some kind of injury, and it is taking very long to heal that injury. Then you can use Silesia in that. Next, bony growth. As you know, calcarea floor. Now, I have used calcarea floor by a very interesting indication. Whenever the weight of the patient is very much like he's a obese patient, plus he is having bony problems, then calcarea floor works very nicely. Next, we have symphytum. Symphytum will help you to increase bone strength and the injuries on the bones. Bellispur, as you know, it heals the deeper tissue traumas. So that Bellispur is helpful. Next, Arania is a very wonderful remedy for heel pain. It is usually aggravated, the pain is usually aggravated at night. The housewives complain that whenever they are working the whole day, but when they go to bed at night, they experience heel pain. This is a very common indication. Then you should give Arania. Next, we come to the muscular causes. First, we have tendinitis. Then we have Rux-Tox if the pain is obviously aggravated after rest, and beta by motion. Bryonia, just the opposite of this. Next is fat pad atrophy, as Ruta helps in the repair of tissue, so it will help in the repair of fat pad also. And also because the fat pad atrophy will cause injury to the bones, then you can also use arnica here. And also symphytum will come here too. Next we have plantar fasciitis. Here we have the same remedies, Ruta, Bryonia, Phytoleca. Phytoleca have a morning aggravation of the pain. So it is very useful for plantar fasciitis. So these are all the remedies. I hope you understood the heel pain very well and in detail. Come back for the day 6 of 21-day Materia Medica series. We will be explaining a topic like this in a very easy and clear-cut indication manner. So see you in my next video.